Alright YouTube, Mick here. That's the little Mick, I'm here, hi. So we're doing our yearly camp trip, and it's our 4th day, and to be honest, the past 2 days have been raining non-stop, so all the wood is pretty much wet. Yesterday we had a bit of a break, it was quite warm, so things got dried out, but then last night we had a massive storm come through, which just soaked everything again. So not having much luck, but it's a nice day today. Unfortunately we're leaving today because I've got to go work tomorrow, and so we're just making the most of it. And we're by the river here. The picture was at the beginning of the video, and we're going to make a quick fire. Let's make a soup, and I'm going to go through the contents of my rucksack, the Italian Alpini rucksack. I did a basic video on it in my shed a couple of months ago, but I thought, you know, let's bring it out, let's test it. Got the Southern Cross Survival logo or patch on the front there, and what I'll do, I'll go through the contents and just show you a mod that I did to it to make it more comfy on me. First thing, it's very comfy with water and everything else in there. It weighs about 6.5 kilo, and I've got my gear down pat to what I can cater for it in the bush. So with my knowledge, skill and training, I've got all the gear I require to probably do pretty well for weeks. Okay, let's make this fire, but remember everything's pretty wet, so I can't be bothered processing down wood to get the fire started. So I'm going to grab my my fire kit. And get this bad boy happening. Now, while I've got it open, I might as well show you what I got. So, in here I've got match striker, I've got matches, I've got char cloth, I've got some 100% cotton gun cleaning patches to make more char. I've got my homemade Surefire fire disc, just makeup pad remover and wax. I've got a very strong but small magnifying glass. I've got a ferro rod, I've got a Bic lighter, and I've got heaps more charring material in here. So I'm gonna use the Surefire tinder because, as I said, everything's pretty wet. We all know how these work. This actual one I didn't really do too well because when you make them, I kind of got impatient and put it in the fridge to dry the wax out better, and what happens is the wax hardens up too much. So it's always better to let the wax dry normally in your shed or in your backyard. So let's put the fire about here. And I'm going to grab the good old Pathfinder 6-inch ferro rod out of the sheath that I made with Fat Boy blades. That huge sucker there. If I can land it on the tinder, there we go. Let's put it up. As I said, this Surefire disc isn't the best, but still works. Okay, and I've got one of my favourite knives, the Joker Swat. Again, Fat Boy blades. Made me a scat carry, side carry Kydex sheath for it. Clips in very tight, ain't moving. Slightest wiggle, but it's all right. But yeah, absolutely love this this ferro rod. I made the handle on it. and the sheath, you know, it slips in there very tightly, very securely, ain't going nowhere. Everything is so damp and wet. It's the fire's happening, but it's struggling. You can see it's smoking a lot because of the moisture, but I always carry this plastic sheet in the Alpini bag. Number one, it's good back support. Number two, it's a nice chopping board. And number three, it helps me get some oxygen and wind to that fire to get it, you know, burning. And could be used to sit on too. It's wet. The ground's wet. Hey YouTube, Mick here. Okay, so let me break out the contents of the rucksack. I'm using this more for a day, full day hike, but also can use it for an overnighter. Just need to strap my sleeping mat and sleeping bag on top of this section here, and then the flap will come over and hold it in place. That's all I really need to do, and just add some more food and maybe just a little bit water. But if I'm going to do an overnighter, I'd make sure I'm near some sort of fresh water. Okay, so I'll make this quick. On the bottom, I've got my Ozchem hoochie strapped there, so it's very secure. One mod I did, which I had to do, is that I noticed the straps kind of kept going past my shoulders and were really pulling my shoulders, so I just connected a sternum strap to it, and that enables it to be even more comfy than what it already is. Now it's a bit of a bodgy kind of quick fix there, but I am going to get some good quality leather buckles and make a sternum strap out of that, so hopefully I'll get that done in the next few weeks. So let's get into the pack. Okay, so the main pouch, I've just got my minestrone soup that we're going to cook up soon, my wild food plants book by Tim Lowe. I've actually read this nearly, front to back, pretty much last night, and a bit of yesterday also in the day. And I'm interested, there is quite a few wild edibles around here, so I'm going to kind of walk around later on and see what I can find and note it in my notepad. So I've got that there. Got my shamag, which I don't need right now because it's really hot actually. It's a bit hot. I've got my tools, knife, kind of maintenance kit. I won't break this open now, but you know, it's got stropping compound. It's got a little mini strop. It's got my sharpening DC4 in there. Olive oil, some Lanox to, you know, for leather and wood treatment, and a few other things. This is my notebook and pen, and I think I've got a compass in here too. So just my waterproof notepad, a ruler, yep, a compass, a whistle, 2 pens and a pencil. So enough to make some notes, or you know, draw a little map, you know, with the ruler and a compass, and you know, things like that. I've got a net here, good for catching yabbies, crayfish, fish. Yeah, a lot of uses for this. Not really mozzie kind of repellent, but flies at least, you know, put over your head. So just a good little kit. I love going for yabbies and crayfish and stuff like that. Got my Sawyer mini water filter. It's got a headlamp there. I've got this waterproof cover to cover the whole bag, so that gives it some sort of rain protection, plus multi-use. I can dig a hole in the ground, put that in, collect rainwater, river water, you know, multi-use. Got my Opinel fold out saw. That's all I need. Sharp, good enough, and lightweight. I've just got a spare little tripod just in case I want to get Steven Spielberg and set up two cameras to film myself. Got some olive oil there. I've got my cooking grill in this little pouch. I've got two man emergency blankets. This is by Lifeline, so good to have. I've got my poncho. It's not the cheapy poncho, but it's not an expensive poncho. It's kind of in between the both in regards to quality. So pretty decent poncho, just for emergencies and rain cover. I've got the straw to go with the soya. I've just chucked in some afterbite kind of little satchels there, and one garbage bag for rubbish. And as you saw in the previous clip, I've got a chopping board that I just cut to mold into the bag. Again, back support, good for helping fuel fires, and a bit of a seat to sit on. Okay, let's go for the side pouches. Sorry, I had to take a seat. My knees are killing me, getting old. Alright, so in this one here, it's pretty much my cook kit. So in here I've got a titanium mug, water bottle, and I've got my GSI canteen cup over there, just heating up, which is hot now. And there's a lid over there too. So a litre of water with two cups, one for purely water and one for cooking food. Long titanium spoon and my chopsticks. Cleaning sponge. It's got a bandana with the kind of Pathfinder grill. I just keep it there just because it fits. Got another packet of something here. Another minestrone. A lot of minestrone. Got chicken noodle soup, and I've got mee goreng fried noodle. That's it. So that's my little kind of brew kit, cook kit, with just a little bit of food. You know, if I was going for a full day, I would take a pretty decent main meal, and that would just be snacks. It fits perfect in this side pockets. There's probably a little bit more room to put some more stuff in there. So I'm really loving this pack. It's it actually is surprisingly very comfy, very comfy. In the other pouch, okay, I've got my fire kit, which I showed you briefly the contents of that. I've got some gloves. These are Oakley gloves. Got my military style buff or head scarf, whatever you want to call it. It's got a lightweight, very strong carabiner with some paracord. Got some wet ones. I've got a little mini sewing kit with sinew, sail needles, the hook kind of curved needles, normal needles, thread, all that kind of stuff. In this I've just got a candle and a lighter, some hand sanitizer. I've got some extra Lanox in here, I don't know why. I thought this was lip balm, but it's not. It's actually Lanox, so I guess you could use it for your lips, not too sure. Probably wouldn't taste too well. I've got a tube of fixing wax, waterproofing wax. Can make a candle out of it, extend the fire. I mean, the list goes on with uses with that. Nice little roll of Gorilla Tape. Got to have that in your packs. Further to the repair, I've got a very strong US made awl, the Speedy Stitcher. Love it. I've actually used it to just repair this pack because this is second hand, it's military surplus, and one of the straps I could feel the thread was going a bit, and I go, look, I'm just going to fix it up and really make it strong. So I used that. It took me probably 5 minutes. Love this thing. Water transpiration bags, I've got about 3 of them. I don't like carrying one. I want at least 3, 4. That way I can set it up on at least 3, 4 branches and get maybe close to a litre of water. So I carry 4 of them. The I can't remember what this is called. Anyway, it's the spool tool, I think it is, with paracord and a big lighter attached there. Great product. You can buy this from Dennis at Survival Supplies Australia. Pretty competitive pricing too, and very fast shipping. And if you haven't seen a review on this, it's pretty good. I think Prepared Mine 101 and heaps of other guys in America have got reviews on this. So great tool, keeps your cordage nice and neat. It's got like a blade there so you can cut it, and obviously the big lighter to singe the end of the string so it doesn't fray. And the last thing, which really should be at the top, is my little medical kit, but this is more based on a snake bite kit. It does have medical stuff in there, like it's got extra kind of 100% cotton pads, lip balm, duct tape or electrical tape, some painkillers, wound wipes, got 2 compression bandages for snake bite, band-aids, pads for heavy cuts, pretty much everything I need out in the field if something happens, you know, sprained ankle, sprained wrist, stuff like that, you know, minor kind of things. And that's pretty much it. That's in my pack. Not much to it, but it does fit quite a bit. So, and again, as I said at the beginning, this pack and the contents are suited for my knowledge, my skills and my training and what I do out in the bush. So it works really well. I did have other things in here. I just go, I don't need it, I don't use it, I don't need it, I don't use it. You know what I mean? Out of this, I could tell you that I would probably use everything in here depending what day, what situation, but you know, I would use everything. You know, if I had to repair, I'd definitely use that, and I have to take repairs. Fire, definitely. Gloves, always wear gloves collecting wood, just gives you protection. You know, we have a lot of things that can bite you, so it gives you some protection. This, would I ever use it? I hope not, because I hope I never get to a situation where I have to get water by transpiration. You know, but if I did, it's there. So there is some what if items in here, but a lot of the items is what I use. So anyway, I'm not going to waffle on. That's my day hike bag slash overnighter. Again, if I was going for an overnighter, I'd put my one-man tent on the top with a sleeping pad, my hoochie, pretty much that's it. And if it was cold weather, I mean, my clothing, my back would be my shelter or my warmth, but if it was winter, then of course I'd add probably a fleece blanket, if not a sleeping bag, which I've got a very small compact sleeping bag. That's it. Cheers.